You might know Graybar for cable and connectivity, but there's one more thing you should know us for that can help optimize your project's total value, like our comprehensive electronic solutions for security, AV, wireless, and networking, or our specialized job site services, like material staging and kitting, or maybe our logistics specialists, who can help you identify efficiencies and ensure just-in-time delivery. So consider what one more thing you may need to optimize your bottom line and get to know us for that. Yep, Graybar does that.
This is the Verizon Extra Innings Show. Verizon, the most reliable 5G in St. Louis.
The 1-1 pitch with 2 on, 2 outs. Herrera pops it up. This should do it. Behind the plate, Wells off with the mask on the grass to the left of home plate. He has it, and this ball game comes to an end. The final tonight, the Yankees 12, the Cardinals 8.
That's how it ended here tonight at Busch Stadium. Welcome in to the Extra Innings Show. I'm Joe Pott, and the Extra Innings Show is presented by Graybar. Graybar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs. If you want to get in and talk about this one tonight, let's do it. 314-436-7900, or hit us up on the socials, on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and you can just jump right in on the stream right there. Leave a comment. We'll be able to see it and talk about it as we go along here tonight. I already have some comments on our stream. We'll try to get to those here. Terry says games are getting hard to watch. Too bad the organization has went so south in the last several years. Didn't keep up with the change that was needed. This team needs many things. Yes, Terry, that is all true, but it is all coming, or at least the change is coming, and that's why John Mozeliak is going to be exiting, and that's why Chaim Bloom has been here for a couple of years already to start some of those changes and institute some of those things. Walt says he can't pull his punches anymore. Tomorrow's the 13th game Donnie has missed since June 11th. Trying to play through it has caused additional injuries and a plunge in production. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. I guess there's some frustration there with Brendan Donovan, but I don't know that it's necessary. I don't know that he's tried to push through it, that it's caused any more injury. Maybe it has. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, it's tough. It's definitely tough, and it leaves the Cardinals shorthanded, as we saw tonight. But tonight, again, as I mentioned on the network show, it wasn't the offense that was the issue tonight. It was starting pitching, and that's been the case a lot with this team. Well, the starting pitching and the performance or lack thereof of the starting pitching, but it's been, if the pitching's been good, the offense hasn't been there. You know the story. It's the same story that it's been a lot. One is going well, one is not. 8 runs on 12 hits is a good night offensively. You can live with that, especially for a team that was averaging, I think, 3.5 runs a game since the start of July. Jeremy says Sonny is a roller coaster falling off the tracks. He has definitely struggled, had his struggles this year. As I said, July was particularly bad. August was much better, going much better to start. He was coming off a great start against the Cubs, and if you recall, before that, it was the start against the Dodgers. So he had a couple of good starts, just obviously not tonight. And Sam adds, we're paying Sonny to pitch like an ace, and he hasn't. I would agree with that. I would definitely think that some frustration with the with Sonny Gray as a whole is justified, is valid for sure. Because I don't think that, I was just looking at it earlier today when I was coming on here, and I was looking at some of Sonny Gray's stuff just to prepare for the pregame show, and he had an 8 WAR in 2 years for Minnesota. He's got a 3.5 WAR. This is Baseball Reference in 2 years with the Cardinals. Now he's picked up more wins with the Cardinals, but his ERA is more than a run higher over his 2 years with the Cardinals than it was with the Minnesota Twins. And then you go back and you look at what he did 5 years in Oakland, 3 years in Cincinnati, and he's got double-digit WAR in both of those places. The Yankees, not so much. He struggled there, but he also was not strictly a starter when he was pitching for the Yankees. He was doing some relieving as well. But I do think that's valid, that that you can criticize that this guy was brought in to be your ace, to shore things up. And of course, he was brought in at the start of 2024 after a disastrous 2023. It felt like it was going to be, at least that was going to help get you kind of back on track. And maybe it did last year. This team was better last year than 2023, but not good. And again, this year seems they've had basically a good month, and that was it. That month of May that kind of gave everybody some false hope that has not panned out since then. And tonight was just another example of just not having enough when you need it, not having the starting pitching tonight. And then you also have Kyle Leahy blow up tonight, which has not really happened at all this year. He's been really good. And it's tough when both of those things happen on the same night. And it's frustrating, maddening when it happens on a night that your offense scores 8 runs. So you have the offense that we've complained about in other games where the pitching has not been there. But then tonight you don't get the pitching when the offense is in there. Justin says the Cardinals are going to do an MRI on Victor Scott before to make a roster move tomorrow is the report. Yes, that is what Oliver Marmol said in our postgame on the postgame show as well, that they were going to have him checked out. And of course, yes, a roster move may be necessary, specifically without having Donovan and Contreras as it is, and still the status of Contreras unknown. Donovan is still going to be out a few days. Oliver Marmol confirmed that he was not going to be considered tomorrow. Contreras might be. They may be able to have Contreras back tomorrow. But yeah, I would think a roster move would be necessary with especially if Victor Scott is unavailable. If Victor Scott has to go down for any amount of time. And you certainly don't like it when the word is sprain, right? That was what the media was told. That's what we were told mid-game, is that Victor Scott left the game with a left ankle sprain, not a strain, a sprain. And man, as well that ankles and ankle sprains, they can just take a long time to get better. So that is definitely going to be tough. Sam wants to know why bring in Munoz in a 2-run game. He hasn't earned high leverage spots. Munoz was fine though. He didn't really have any issue tonight. I mean, he gave up he gave up the home run there. I guess he did give up 3 runs in there in the 7th, but I don't have a problem with Munoz. And if you listen to what Oliver Marmol said is, they had hoped that Leahy was going to hold things down, and then you have a chance to use JoJo. You're going to use that bullpen differently if things go better for Kyle Leahy, but they didn't. So I think things kind of got out of hand or unraveled a little bit there when it didn't go well for Kyle Leahy. Again, as you expect that it would go well for Kyle Leahy. I think that's when you decide to use Roddery Munoz. Let's take a break here. We'll come back. We'll see if we've got any more reaction. We'll take a call if we got it. Otherwise, we'll get some more comments and we'll finish things up here on the Extra Innings Show. Cards fall tonight, 12-8 to the Yankees here at Busch Stadium. We're coming back on the Extra Innings Show after this on KMOX.
There's a big red barn where you say green. Norm's Bargain Barn. On discount windows, doors, and things. Norm's Bargain Barn.
Hi, I'm Norm Wilkie. Come see my new selection of Amish cabinetry made by my good Amish friends at Countrywood Products. We now stock 5 styles of cabinetry for you to choose from.
When you need to save on discount windows, doors, and cabinetry, come to Norm's Bargain Barn. With locations in Shiloh and Fenton at the bottom of Gravois Bluffs. Visit normsbargainbarn.com.
That's normsbargainbarn.com.
Calling all future sportscasters. Sharpen your skills and learn from the best of the Missouri Broadcasters Association Sportscasters Forum Tuesday, September 16th in St. Louis. Join Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and the legendary John Rooney, the voice of the Cardinals, for insider sessions on play-by-play, interviewing, reporting, and more. Then cap the day with a Cards-Reds game at Busch Stadium. Open to college students and broadcasting pros. Just $10 for students, lunch, and a game ticket. Space is limited. Register by September 2nd at Missouri Broadcasters.org.
We sell siding, windows, doors, and decking by the truckload. My name is Julius Krasanik, celebrating 53 years in this business. Our company is Wholesale Siding Depot, and our seasoned customer service group has over 200 years of combined siding, window, door, and decking knowledge. My grandson Elijah says,
"Are you kidding me?"
The brands that we sell are durable, maintenance-free, and energy-saving. Featuring Anderson, CertainTeed, Viwinco, Provia, Masonite, TimberTech, and others, offering the best selection of styles and colors available in this industry. And better yet, our prices are wholesale every day. Last, our Peace of Mind initiative also includes a free contractor referral service to take care of your installation concerns or needs. You are just one click away from keeping it local, family, and professional. Please visit WSDepot.com. That's WSDepot.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
It doesn't take a lot to make a big difference.
That's why we've teamed up with Jerry Kelly Heating and Cooling to bring you 100 acts of kindness.
For the next 6 months, the Chris and Amy Show is challenging you to spread kindness in simple, meaningful ways. No big budget needed.
Write a thank you note, help a neighbor, surprise someone with a smile. It all counts.
Let's prove that kindness is contagious. Share your acts with us by using hashtag 100KindActs.
Because a little kindness goes a long way.
You know Gray Bar for electrical parts, but there's one more thing you may not be thinking of us for that can help maximize your next project's total value. Our pre-project planning services are designed to help you win the bid, save on labor costs, and keep your installers productive across your entire build. The sooner you call us, the better. Because when we're there from the beginning, we can anticipate your needs and help you solve problems before they become problems. Yep, Gray Bar does that.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Now, back to the Verizon Extra Innings Show.
Towards the second baseman.
There's a drive by Weatherholt. Oh, my. That is up in the netting that keeps the baseball from getting out on Mint Street in deep right field. That ball was launched. Second two-run home run of the inning. Weatherholt's third home run of the series. That is courtesy of MLB Pipeline on Twitter. Memphis Redbirds had that as well. Of course they did. J.J. Weatherholt doing it again. 9th home run in AAA this year for J.J. Weatherholt. Welcome back in on the Extra Innings Show. Our Extra Innings Show is presented by Gray Bar. Gray Bar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs. Just thought I'd bring you back with a little good news there. We also could share 3 Cardinals home runs because they did hit 3 home runs tonight. It was a really offensive night, to be honest. And again, unfortunately, it came on a night that Sonny Gray did not pitch well, which leads us perfectly into some more comments here. Nick Jensen asks, do the Cardinals bring back Sonny Gray next year? He seems to need perfect weather conditions to pitch well. He seems to be aging out. Plus, he seems to be a bit of a princess. I think what he's referring to, Nick, is that he does have his eccentricity. I can't say it. He's got his little things that he likes to go right. He's very specific about the routine that he follows. But after 13 years in the bigs, you probably have earned that. A couple of top 5 finishes in the Cy Young over his career. So there's that part of it. Now, do they bring him back? He's in year 2 of a 3-year contract. So he is signed through 2026. The Cardinals have an option in 2027. So there is an option. I guess they could move him. They could trade him. Justin adds, I'm skipping ahead. Justin said there was a report on Fox before the game about Gray may be traded. I don't think that's exactly what it said. I saw the report from Ken Rosenthal, and what he said was, understand that Sonny Gray has a no trade clause and that he might be willing to waive his no trade clause. This is how it was framed. Put it this way. I don't know that Sonny Gray told Ken Rosenthal this, but it was framed that Gray might be willing to waive his no trade clause if he could get somewhere that might be more of a contender. He likes pitching in the big games like he's done over the last couple of starts here at Busch Stadium. Getting in, Chris Bray, my man, says, go Cardinals, never give up, beat the Yankees tomorrow. Appreciate the positivity right there. I need to tell you what's on deck. It's sponsored by Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best, chesterfieldfence.com. What's on deck is a 1:15 game tomorrow afternoon. It's the series and the homestand finale. That means our pregame coverage gets underway at 12:20 tomorrow. It'll be Miles Michaelis to make the start. He's 6-9 with a 4.97 ERA. Against Will Warren, the right-hander is 7-5 with a 4.34 ERA. The Cardinals will try to salvage a game from the series. They cannot win the homestand now after losing the series to the Rockies, losing the series to the Yankees, and losing the game to the Cubs. They have already dropped the homestand, but they'll try to salvage one out of this series with the Yankees. Big thanks to the voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney, to Rick Horton, to Mike Claiborne, to Kyle Sixta, and to Jim Jackson here at Busch Stadium. Johnny Camps, my man, right there on the other part of the screen. If you're watching the stream, he's been with us all evening, afternoon long, keeping us in line and on time today. He'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll have this series finale for you as the Cards try to get one out of the Yankees here behind Miles Michaelis. It's going to be a warm day here at Busch Stadium, and we'll see if that has any effect on Miles Michaelis. We'll see what kind of roster moves the Cardinals may make without Wilson Contreras, Brendan Donovan, maybe Victor Scott. I'm Joe Pott. I'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon as the Cards and the Yankees finish it off. Keep it here on KMOX.
This is Tom Ackerman. Like an MVP candidate, Chesterfield Fence and Deck, one of St. Louis's top names in home improvement, with a commitment